But speaking of subscriptions, and Apple.
Here we go. All right,
Yeah,
hang on. I
wow.
gotta refuel for this one.
Yeah. You gonna take a deep breath for this?
Yeah. So go ahead, Jay.
Oh boy.
Open the can.
Okay. So, Rivian, we love you, man. RJ, we like your product. We're happy for you, man. I tell you what, we've seen this before. The headline is this: Rivian is looking to gain potentially another 15,500 in subscriptions from all the vehicles that it sells over the lifetime of that vehicle, say about 10 years. That sounds very familiar to me, Keith. Familiar to you?
Yeah. So, okay. Why are we talking about this, right? So,
yeah.
Again, back to what we mentioned at the opening of the program. If you're, watching this, it's on the podcast side, and you can find that on our website, partscounterguru.com. Click on the podcast tab. But this all ties back to Rivian's IPO, and so the information that when you file, they have to. You're basically going to become publicly owned. You have to tell your potential owners what your plan is, right? So they're saying part of the plan is we expect to generate, just like you said, over that 10-year life, an extra $15,500 in income. I don't blame RJ for trying to do this, okay? Like, they've already come out and said, it's expensive to make these trucks. The money's got to come from somewhere.
Right.
You can't blame the guy for trying. He's trying to turn a profit, right? But this paywall nonsense and the monthly reoccurring revenue model, it's like Chuck Berry mailbox money. It's brilliant for the companies because it's returning income and they don't have to make a new product every time they want to make a buck.
They're printing money. They're printing money is exactly what they're doing.
These MRC monthly recurring charges, MRCs, that is the enemy of any budget. And I feel like, Jay, because the economy has been so good for the past decade, we've sort of lost sight of that. I mean, the whole cord cutting thing started because people were taking a look at all those monthly charges and going, hey, Comcast, I ain't watching half the crap you're charging me for. I'm just going to go do Netflix. Well, now we're right back to, people spending hundreds of dollars a month on HBO Max and Apple TV Plus and Hulu Plus and Netflix and, Paramount, whatever. And I mean, it's like, well, this is stupid. I'm just going to go back and pay for cable. And so Apple's doing this, right? And they've got the iCloud plans and the iTunes, Apple Music plans and the, and it's like, where can we find our next monetization avenue, right? And it's gotten to the point where it's just nothing but monthly recurring charges. Where's the innovation? Right.
Exactly. And not only that, though, Keith, is if I'm an investor, if they're going public, right? If I'm an investor and I see this, that they're actually banking on something that does not exist yet, level 3, they're building for the future.
Yeah.
Right here. I get this. But if I'm an investor, I mean, we're barely getting to level 2 now.
You're making several really good points here. So number one is, how many of these people that buy this truck, the R1T or their R1S or whatever, are actually then going to pony up and go beyond that paywall of $10,000 to get that unlock for the self-driving? And then to your point, if and when it's even available, 50% of the owners,
so as a
25%,
right. So as a consumer, right, I'm a person I'm probably not going to go there. If I bought that R1T, I have no desire to own
right
an
there,
autonomous vehicle.
how much trust can you put in their predictions of how many people are going to do this, right?
That's the point that I'm trying to make. If they're going public, and you're an investor, if you own shares, and you're going to buy shares, and this is what they're banking on, I'm a little bothered by that because that is not a sure dollar figure of 10 grand.
Now,
that's a ton of money.
I still think it's a good buy to get in early on these guys, and I've said on the last podcast I think we'll probably buy some shares, but there's another aspect to this, Jay, that you're shining a light on, which it's just become a sore spot for me lately, and this is going to turn into story time with old man Keith, but I feel like these companies, and I know, look, people, I'm Apple certified. I carry a certification hanging on my wall that I've gone through their program. I've learned their code. I know what I'm talking about to an extent. I feel like it's good product in many ways, but we have ceased to put our focus on consumer satisfaction and quality of product, and the customers have become the shareholders. You are a commodity as a buyer of the product. You are a byproduct of that company's intent to keep their shareholders happy. That's all they care about.
Right.
How much can we beat the earnings this quarter? Right. Well, how do we beat the earnings? Well, let's release something they have to pay monthly for. That'll keep everybody happy.
Right.
And it's the same sort of thing. And the danger in that is that when you lose focus on the people that are actually handing you money to in exchange for the product that you made for them, if that ceases to become your customer, you don't care about focusing on the quality of it. It's hard to drive in both lanes at the same time. Right.
Brand loyalty, in my opinion, can get that. The car manufacturing and sale and the way that is done now is so differently than the way we used to do it. Brand loyalty was so huge.
My son has become a huge brand loyalty fan of Apple. Anything they make, he's watching the commercials and he's telling me how great it is. Now they make good stuff. We use some of their stuff, but not everything they roll out is awesome. And I think it's gotten to the point right now where if you're not objective enough to look at, I think this is partially why Tesla took off, right? Is because they created something that bucked the system, and now Rivian that we're talking about here is doing the same thing. I mean, for you guys to just continually go back and buy an iPhone every year because it's Apple, I mean, in a way, you're missing out. Can your iPhone do this? Ooh, I just blew your mind there, didn't I?
You did. That's new. You didn't tell me you had that.
Look at that.
Ooh, did we do a video on the flip phone?
Back, baby.
The Apple flip phone?
But
that's
glass.
Not the Apple flip phone.
This is not an iPhone.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Apple they talked about it.
Foldable glass, everybody, right there. Look at that. Boom.
Samsung?
Yep.
Is that a Samsung? Yeah.
Flip 3.
Yeah, why not? I can't wait to see that in person.
And so far,
mess around with
it.
But here's the thing. Used to, there was so much excitement around going and buying a new vehicle, right? You went down, you talked to the sales guy, you had him talk to his manager. Let me go talk to him. You do this back. It's the art of the deal, man. And you get to drive home. You signed the paper or you wrote a check for that vehicle, and when you put it in your driveway, you never had to talk to anybody else about your vehicle anymore, except for when you took it to the dealership for service maybe, or a warranty issue or something like that. But now I feel with these types of built-in services, you're never going to really own the vehicle. It's never yours. You're always sucked into that black hole.
Just keep handing us money.
Subscription.
Well, there's cell phone companies that literally do that. They're like new phone every couple of years, right? So let me before we wrap this, because look, there's good and there's bad in this, as we've already said. I feel like on the upside, what Rivian is trying to do here is going to help position them, to do well in the stock market. Man, I don't know. Here's what I'm not saying that we've all been dancing around for months now. we're having supply chain issues like crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if this teetering situation in the auto industry goes off a cliff? Because as we've said, many times before, as the auto industry goes historically, so does the economy. Gas prices are going through the roof. What happens, because that's a supply chain issue right now, apparently. What happens if we have an economic downturn in a situation like this where companies are counting on that extra revenue every month?
Right. I know it's
that's not
bit
good,
of a problem. Bit of a problem. No, it's setting up to be a big problem. If it keeps going this way, Keith, and I can't own my own vehicle anymore, I'm just gonna catch a ride on a robo-taxi because that's where we're going.
But
that's exactly where we're going.
That will just kill my soul. I'll just hate it.
Oh, me too. I think it'll kill a lot of souls. Kill a lot of souls.
To have that R1T in donut mode in the parking lot of an abandoned Kmart somewhere and just be able to just, go crazy, right?
I know. Anyway, but so just buyers beware. We still love Rivian. We love the product. We think it's going to be, it's innovative for the industry, being the first all-electric full-size pickup truck.
We're fans of innovation.
We're fans of it, but there are certain aspects of this that when they're wanting to check out the lining of your wallet, man, that's bothersome to me. Let me get in and buy it and get out. I don't want a lifetime membership with you. I don't want to become part of your family. So,
all right, we done?
There you go. We're done with that.
To beam up.
But.